welcome back to another video here on Keep Running with BK, and I'm driving to a local park where I'm going to share with you today my attempt at a solo 10K time trial. And you may be asking yourself, well, why are you doing that? So I'll tell you that answer right after this. So at the start of this year, I began a training program for the Cleveland Marathon, which was going really well. And then a few weeks ago, I learned that the Cleveland Marathon was postponed due to COVID, and they're going to reschedule it for later this fall. So at this point in time, with some of the injuries, or not injuries, but little nagging things like my IT band that was putting some strain on my knee and other things, and with the race being moved, I was just really struggling with why pushing myself through the hardest part of the training, given all of that. And so what I've decided to do is back off, focus on healing my knee, and I didn't want to lose all the work that I put in for the training. So I'm going to use the time to test my speed today with a 10K time trial. I've done MAF training since last summer up through January, so about 6-7 months of MAF training, purely MAF training. And then mid-January or start of February, I transitioned to 80-20, where 20% of my training was done doing speed work like repeats, intervals, tempo runs, and things like that. And my speed has really been coming along. I'm feeling really good about the progress that I've made. Then I got vaccinated and lost a couple days of training there due to the minor side effects there. And then I had some lower back issues and I lost a whole week of training. So I'm really curious to see how today's time trial is going to go. I've got a target time in mind that I'm hoping to shoot for based on my training, which is about 46 minutes, 9 seconds. That's using the VDOT score in Jack Daniel's running formula book that I've been using for the efforts that I should be doing during my speed workouts, and that is the projected 10K time. I haven't run a 10K for time in, my goodness, a long time. It's been at least a few years, so I have no idea what to expect. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I exceed expectations, meet expectations, or leave a little discouraged. But nonetheless, we're going to do that. Then next week, I think I'm going to do a video on a half marathon training plan and how that's different from a marathon training plan. Talk about that a little bit. And then next weekend, we're going to do this again, and I'm going to do a half marathon solo time trial just to see how that goes. So looking forward to sharing some of that with you guys. But for now, I'm going to sign off. We're just a couple minutes away from the park entrance, and I'll do a brief warm-up, and we'll get set, and we'll be off to go. So stay tuned. We'll be racing here real soon.
2.5 miles in. First mile was a little fast. Second mile I pulled back a little bit. So I'm averaging right where I want to be. So let's see if we can hold it. All right, 5 miles, just a little bit off pace. Gonna hold this for another mile and push for the last.
Good?
That was rough.
Wait, did you hit
That
it?
last mile. Let's see. 46:18.
You're shorter.
1 second under. That's pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna do a cool down. So let's head back to the car, and on the ride home I'll talk a little bit more about how it went. All right, let's go.
Overall, I'm very pleased. I felt really good right from the start. The first mile was a little fast. I think it was, if I recall correctly, 7:11 pace, which was about 15 seconds faster than what I hoped to average. So I was like, yikes. Either that's a sign of good things to come, which is usually never the case. So I backed off, and then I was about 15 seconds slower. I was like, oops, okay, I gotta find right that happy medium. and I was pretty close, you know, give or take a little bit on some of those laps, and I know I really made up some of the time in that last half mile when I was really starting to feel it. At one point I shot a snot rocket so hard that I thought I had a nosebleed afterwards, and I was like, oh, that'll be fun, I'll faint as I go around the 6 mile split. But overall, the legs felt good. I felt, for the most part, relaxed as you can, I guess, on a 10K. And pleased that missing all of last week due to lower back issues didn't hurt the targeted effort I was hoping to hit. So I'm happy with that time. Now I'm going to look forward to just some easy running this weekend. I'll do a long run, real easy. I'll do easy runs all next week, and then a week from this Saturday I'm going to do a half marathon time trial, and I'll talk about that more in another video. I hope you enjoyed this. This was a little bit different than what I've done, but you know, I shared my 10K training plan ideas and type of speed work, prepare for that. I did a bunch of that. I wanted to just test my own speed and kind of get a benchmark. And I want to do the same thing with the half marathon. I'll give you a sneak peek. I was going to wait for a future video, but the reason why these time trials are so important to me at this point in time is I actually turned 50 here in a couple weeks, and I'll enter into a new age group, and I haven't raced really these distances in almost a decade, if not a decade longer than that. And so I kind of want to get a benchmark going into my 50s, so I have something to compare against and something to shoot for. Yeah, because I think I can really run faster in these times. I may not run as fast as I did when I was in my 20s and 30s, but I still feel like I have a lot left in the tank. I think discovering the MAF and really learning how to balance the MAF and the 80-20 training approaches, I really think over the next few years I can really continue to improve, continue to get faster, and I hope to share that with you guys on this channel. So if you like this video, consider liking it, and if you're new to the channel, I really appreciate you subscribing, becoming a part of the Keep Running with BK community, and I hope that you'll check out some of my other videos. Until the next video, thanks for joining me, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep safe, keep running.